Have you ever caught yourself in a loop of doing, pushing, striving, only to wonder, why isn't this working? You're taking action, so shouldn't something be happening by now? This video is about clearing up that confusion, because not all action is created equal. There's desperate action, and there's inspired action. They might look similar on the outside, but underneath, they are driven by completely different energy. Today, we're going to break it down in a simple way. You'll be able to feel the difference by the end of this, and more importantly, know how to shift into a more aligned place that actually moves the needle in your life. Let's start with what desperate action really feels like. Desperate action usually shows up when fear takes the wheel. It comes from a place of lack, as if something bad will happen if you don't act right now. It might look like frantically refreshing your email, hoping someone replies, applying to jobs or offers in a panic, not because they're right for you, but because you're scared of missing out, forcing conversations, launching things before they're ready, or copying what someone else is doing out of urgency. You may be doing a lot, but nothing really lands. It's like pushing against a locked door. Exhausting, frustrating, and oddly quiet in return. The reason? Your energy is misaligned. You're not really acting from trust. You're acting from fear. And the universe responds to energy more than effort. That's why all the doing in the world won't work if it's fueled by panic or pressure. Desperate action says, if I don't do this right now, I'll miss my chance. Inspired action says, when I move from clarity, I always land where I'm meant to be. Now, inspired action feels very different. It's not about forcing things or scrambling to stay ahead. It's about tuning in and letting the next step come from inner alignment, not outer fear. Inspired action often arrives very quietly. Maybe you're walking outside and an idea just pops in. Maybe a person's name pops into your head and you feel called out to reach out to them. Maybe something you were going to do tomorrow suddenly feels like it wants to be done today, and it flows. That's inspired action. It doesn't always feel comfortable, but it feels clear. It can stretch you, like posting something vulnerable or making a bold request, but it still feels like a yes in your body. Where desperate action feels like dragging a boulder uphill, inspired action is like being pulled gently forward. And sometimes inspired action looks like not doing anything at all. It looks like resting or realigning or recentering, trusting that clarity will come when the moment is right. Inspired action is quiet power. It says, I trust myself. I trust my timing, and I trust that aligned action is always more potent than forced effort. Let's go deeper. How do you feel when you're in desperate action versus inspired action? Desperation feels like a tightness in your chest, pressure to fix something now, mental noise and second guessing, exhaustion before you've even started. Inspiration feels like expansion in your body, lightness, even if you're a little nervous, a quiet sense of clarity, confidence that is in step, and confidence that the step you're taking is meaningful, even if it's a small step. Here are 2 questions you can ask to find your center again. 1, am I acting from fear or am I acting from trust or love? And 2, am I trying to control the outcome Or am I allowing myself to be guided? If your answer leans toward fear and control, pause. If your answer feels rooted in love and trust, then that's your green light. Remember, energy is everything. The universe reads the frequency you act from, not the number of tasks you've checked off your to-do list. So, how do you shift from desperate action into inspired action? Here's a process that works. Simple but powerful. Step number 1, get still. Before you do anything, pause. Breathe. Create space. Stillness clears the noise. Even 2 minutes of silence can reset your entire day. Step 2, ask for guidance. Ask your higher self, your guides, or your inner voice. What would love have me do next? Let the question hang in the air. You don't need an answer right away. Step 3, wait for the nudge. Sometimes it comes fast, sometimes it comes later, but you'll know it by how it feels. It will feel light, clear, and grounded, not rushed, not heavy. And step 4, act when it feels aligned. When the idea feels warm, when you feel a little excited or calm, that's your cue. You want to move on it. Don't overthink it, trust it, and just go. And yes, inspired action might still stretch you. It's not always about staying comfortable. It's about staying true. A small step taken from inspiration will carry more energy than 100 forced ones. It's not about how much, it's about how aligned. You weren't meant to hustle and burn out. You were meant to create, to flow, and to live in alignment with your highest self. Here's the truth. You can't force divine timing. You can't brute force your way into peace. And you don't need to. Your job is to listen, align, and move when the energy is clear. Inspired action will never leave you astray. Even if it's quiet, even if it doesn't make sense yet, it's the kind of step that opens doors in ways that you can't even predict. So the next time you're unsure, stop, breathe, ask, am I pushing from fear or am I being pulled by truth? Let inspired action lead you, because when you move from clarity, the universe moves with you. I pause, I listen, I trust what feels like yes. Thank you for viewing. See you on the next one.